Call to order the Casson Park Board, Tuesday, March 15th, 2022. And did everybody have a chance to go over the February 2022 minutes? Any questions? If not, a motion to approve them?
So move.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? All right, minutes approved. Down to new business, oath of office.
Yep, and
Greg.
Jan, I think you have to give that to him. Okay.
3 more years. 3 more years.
Yeah, exactly.
We gotta set Ronnie's, whoever replaces Ronnie coming up the end of the year, we gotta set that guy straight, so I can't leave.
There we go.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'll let you repeat after me.
Okay.
I, and state your name,
I, Greg Kubal,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
and the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
and that I will discharge faithfully the duties of the office of Park Board Member
and I will discharge faithfully the duties of the office of Park Board Member
in the city of Casson
in the city of Casson
to the best of my judgment and ability.
to the best of Jan's judgment and ability.
Okay, and then I'll just need
All
your
right.
signature and...
Thank
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Yes, thank you, Greg.
It's been a good year, so I can't let it end, Ron said.
That's right.
15th?
All right. Down to adult softball meeting?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That time of year again, we start firing up the adult softball stuff. I was gonna hold a meeting, whatever, next Tuesday night, but I think I'm just gonna email everybody and just kinda find out how many teams are gonna have it. They're not gonna have the district meetings again because of the COVID thing, whatever, and I didn't do that, either last year, so I'm gonna probably do the same this year. So hopefully I can get everybody and, they can, return my email, whatever, and find out if they're having a team or not. My goal hopefully is to have 8 teams again like we had last year, so that's my goal on that. I will register the teams here. I gotta have that registered by the end of the month here, the 31st, in the state, to let them know how many we are gonna be having playing our league, and then I'm looking at probably league play to begin on May 5th, on Thursday nights. So that's kinda where softball sets. Fees and that stuff are still the same what we had last year, just to let everybody know we didn't increase them at all. I think it's $300 to the city of Casson and $175 to the Festival in the Park Committee. So it's $475 to play in the league, and I think Kevin Bolton will still be the umpire. He had some pretty severe health issues with COVID and other issues this winter. I talked to him this winter back in November, but I think he's still the head umpire-in-chief in southeast Minnesota, so if he can't do it, he said he could probably find somebody to make sure he does it on Thursday nights. So I just wanted to let you know on that part, so, okay?
All right. Okay, down Boulevard tree planting program.
Our tree planting program is doing well. As of today, we had 17 residents, or homes, whatever, contact me for Boulevard trees, which is good. They have also until the 31st to sign up for trees. People do here. We've put stuff out on the website. We put it out on the board. We've put it out in the newsletter and stuff. So I think the reality of our tree program is doing exactly what it always does. The tree house again will, and that's Todd Erkey over there. He'll plant the trees again. Prices, like I said, the prices of the trees only went about $5, so the increase of the trees weren't very much this year. He'll plan on planting them sometime in early May, and I'm thinking hopefully we'll have close to 50 trees again. That's kind of really basically, what we did. As far as a Boulevard tree, and I'll talk more about some other trees and some projects that we're going to do here later here stuff. So, okay.
All right. Okay, down the Aquatic Center, setting staff wages.
Yep, it is this time too that we always like to set the wages or recommend to the city council to
I'd say that was done, I looked at the December minutes, we set the wages.
Oh, we did.
That's what I
Yes.
wondered.
That's what.
Yes, I looked back
Yeah.
and we did.
But wasn't there a change of 1450 to 15? Did we
did all
approve
that.
that too?
Yeah.
For WSI?
Yeah, so we actually have that all.
Okay, so
laid
that's
out.
already been approved and that's already been recommended to the council and they approve it already then?
Yes,
They did.
yes.
Okay. So we don't have
Perfect.
to worry about that
Yeah,
part.
we have the 933 and the
Yeah.
1033, and then the lifeguards at 13, WSI's at 15, the system manager's at 1625, and the manager at 2050.
Yep, yep,
that
so
was
we're
all done
okay
in
on that
December.
part.
Yep.
Okay, good. Okay, so, then it brings us down to the employees, and I'm gonna read the names off, and that stuff, and where they're gonna be at. But anyway, first of all, our manager again will be, well, it's gonna be our first year, Abby Root. System managers are gonna be Melissa Seljan, Mitchell Nelson, Julia Christensen, and Rachel Schultz. WSIs, we did have quite a few take the class, so I'm really happy about that. So we got more WSIs this year, so we got Hallie Dieterman, Cadence Kochi, Charlotte Woodrum, Duncan Olson, Mariah Maston, Michaela Kern, and Timothy Schultz. They're all WSIs, along with Rachel Schultz and Julia Christensen. They are WSIs too. So we got about 9 or 10 people on staff, so that's a good thing. And of course, Abby is too, you know. So we're in good shape. Lifeguards here, I'll just run through them. Jonathan Schultz, Kaya Langamo, Ava Sutton, Sadie Coleman, Mackenzie Holtz, Bennett Brown, Owen Bradford, Patrick Trahey, Odin Camel, Lucy Anderson, Mariah Kaler, Cassidy Thompson, Addison Trow, Annalise Anderson, Emmett Woolman, Maya Torgelson, Easton Seuss, Aiden Kuyath, Ian Kuyath, Cullen Sanchier, Lars Ingram, J.C. Height, Caleb Meacham, Tegan Peterson, Hunter Bierke, and Savannah Brandlin. Them are all of our lifeguards. We got a good group of lifeguards this year. Good group. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Sounds like a good group.
Our admission concessions, Drew Weigel, Quinn Mulreen, Piper Hiller, Emma Bradford, Amelia Peck, Claire Sutton, Sam Gronke, Spencer Anderson, Brayson Carlson, Madison Lee, Olivia Willard, Peter Christensen, Alec Verdea, Andrew Holtz, Kenzie Egler, Allie Gronke, Omar Camel, Jonah Coleman, Brendan Wilkins, Lucas Zahn, and Brett Ludvigson. So them are all concession people that are 21 of them. So we got just around like 62, I think, total for personnel, so we should be set to go. So what we may need to do is have a recommendation to hire.
Okay, so a recommendation to hire the names that you have just listed to the council.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, motion carried.
Just to touch a little bit more on that now, what'll happen here is that we are going to have a lifeguard class here at our Aquatic Center here, and that's gonna be around May 21st through, I think, the 26th. I think we have around 13 or 14 taking the class, where Abby is gonna be, doing the class up there for that. And, these names are also part of this group, so they passed their test, and then they will be lifeguards, okay? So just to let you know on that. Also too, we did, talk a little bit to, a company, about 3 weeks ago, Lemmy Jones, that takes care of all the slides and takes care of all the play features for future maintenance. I met with them, a guy from Missouri, Jay Weber, that sold all the equipment to us. Tim, and Nancy was in there for financing, and we are hopefully gonna enter in a maintenance agreement with this company, Lemmy Jones Corporation, based out of Missouri, that takes care of pools. Right now, they just entered a big agreement with Shakopee's Valley Fair. They're the same group. They go all over. They make sure that our maintenance on our major slides are done each year, properly looked over, inspected, and give us an opportunity to be able to budget, in years to come if we have to do some major replacements. And I think that's going to be hopefully a good agreement where we'll have that coverage, because right now, I did ask the question at that meeting, how much would it cost just to replace both slides? We bought both slides for $275,000 in 2013, and they're looking at almost $700,000 now to replace the slides. So maintenance is really, really huge to make sure that the fiberglass, to make sure that all that stuff is properly waxed, properly paint coated, gel coated, make sure, that things are looking good, up to date. And that, I think that's a really good thing to do. Valley Fair, they hadn't done that, and they're gonna face some major, major repairs up there. And so we don't want to get into that point where we have to start looking at replacing slides for $750,000 or $1 million down the road. So that's the thing I wanted to mention to you too about the pool, that I haven't seen the papers yet or the agreement as far as the money, how much it's going to cost per year, but once I get that, I'll bring that to the board here and let you guys know what we're looking at. But we did meet with that.
Ronnie, is there, just on the slides themselves, is there like a certificate of safety for usage or something that the state requires, or is that just for the Aquatic Center?
It's basically for the Aquatic Center at whole, whatever.
Okay.
The playgrounds are different. That's a great question, because they do kind of have that certificate of a 100-year warranty. I'm sure, Chris, you know that too on that part of it, whatever. The slides, they don't... I'd never seen anything or never was issued anything from the company, J. Weber, Weber Recreation, when we did purchase all that back in 2013. I just think, like you said, it's a great question, but I think it's just more of a maintenance issue, and if something happens that we have to just do repairs and replace or whatever. So, and just to let you know that at the end of the season, there's some plastic kind of rubberized plates that are on all the steps that go up the slide. They have to be removed and refurbished, and he will also get me a price on that. We put in $20,000 we do every year for maintenance, and that might be where our $20,000 this year goes to. There's 4 bolts is all it is, and you just have to take the 4 bolts off, put them on a pallet, ship them back down to Texas where they do the refurbishing. So that, I'll bring more to you guys on that after the season, and we can go from there, but I just wanted to give you a heads up on that. But yeah, remember we just painted the features, all the little play features, and that hopefully, when I talked to that Steve, the gentleman the company that did them, he says that we should at least, if we take care of them, rinse them down every night. The lifeguards got to rinse them with fresh water every night, and then at the end of the season, take some vinegar, water, and then take all the scaling, all the white scale stuff off them. They should last another good 5 to 7 years before something has to be redone or repainted again. But I will tell you this, the double slide that we talked about will have to be replaced, not this year, but it's going to have to be put in the budget, which I will do in July, of getting pricing to replace that kid's little double slide. They looked at it, the gel coating and the fiberglass itself is starting to show lots of wear and tear and small hairline cracks, which, to be honest with you, to repair it all, I mean, they would almost have to take it back to Texas and completely redo the whole thing. And they said it'd probably be a lot cheaper just to reorder one and just start all over. So that is something that we'll bring up too at for next year, or for the next year's budget. I just kind of have everything in my mind here right now, because then also too, Waterloo's Tent and Awning Company, they're the company down in Iowa that takes care of all of our umbrellas. They haven't come back yet. I'll have to give her a call. But we did have 6 of them refurbished, re-sewed, patches put on. They're still in really pretty good shape. As far as how many more years, I don't know that you're gonna get out of them, you know, but that'd be something, another thing too, you know, so stuff like that is just that I just thought I wanted to let you kinda have an idea. And Sheldon then, at the end too, we never did get to the fall to have the between the deck and the building, to have it all recaulked. That has to get done. That has to get done this year before winter. And I'll make sure that gets done. So they'll peel all the old stuff off and replace it all and go around the building, because we do not want to have water and moisture get in between the building and the deck, where the deck starts heaving up and cracking. And we've been very fortunate the deck is still in great shape. So that's a good thing. So, okay? Just a little bit on the Aquatic Center. I wanted to kind of give you an update. Okay?
All right. April 29th for the Arbor Day Observance.
Yep. This year we're going to have our Arbor Day. It's going to be celebrated just as the National Arbor Day does. It's always the last Friday in April. It's going to be April 29th, again at 10 o'clock. This year we're going to go up to the Veterans Park right behind the Aquatic Center, and there's a little island between the Aquatic Center and the parking lot. There's an old twisted red crimson maple that's all cracked. That's going to have to come down. We left it there for this year, but it has to come down. But we're going to plant 2 new royal red maples, one on each side of the steps, and replace that tree so we get some shade and some trees going back up there. So that's where our Arbor Day thing is going to be. I will contact the Lions members, and of course the Park Board members are invited to that. I will probably touch on that next month in April, you know, before it happens. But it'll be 10 o'clock. We'll dig a couple trees in, and our celebration will be good for this whole year then. Okay? So, but April 29th, mark it on your calendars if you can make it. Okay, it's on a Friday.
All right. Veterans Memorial Park Playground Project.
Yep, and this is what I was talking to you about, the tree situation. If you haven't drove by the park up there yet, you probably gonna go, oh my God.
Someone took the trees.
8 trees are all gone. And 6 of them were ash trees that were infested. 1 of them was a box elder, and 2 of the other, I think there is, one other one or whatever, was a maple which was completely hollow, where squirrels and things were living in. So them trees have been there for a long time. They really truly have. I know that them trees were there when I was a kid in kindergarten. And so with that, I kind of came up with an idea that I think I wanted to kind of convert a project out of that area, which should have been done probably maybe years ago, where we implement the 2 swing sets that have been grandfathered in, the old style, into a one big playground. Where we're going to take the stumps out, and this probably will not have, well, we'll take the stumps out before festival, so we ain't got stumps laying in there for festival, and we'll put dirt over it. But after festival in the park, it's going to be probably a good, 3-4 week project, because we're going to get in there and we're going to extend the playground with wood chips and black border all the way to the south around the 2 swings, and put all wood fiber, so that whole area will be ADA compliant. So people can come off the sidewalk, they can still wheel a wheelchair all the way over to the swing set and be able to get on the swing set. Right now, them 2 swings are not ADA compliant. Never have been. Okay, so what we wanted to try to do is try to get that all taken care of. So we'll end up having to bring a backhoe in there. We're going to have to dig out about 10 to 12 inches of dirt, go all the way back up and around, and get everything all level back off, and then we'll put fiber down, or geotextile down, and then we'll put the wood fiber back in, and it'll all be tied in. It'll look really nice. It'll be a big, nice big playground area. So that's our project for the fall. That's probably my last project I'm going to do, but that's a project I think will be done. When we're done with that, then I've talked to Jason Wilkers, and he's the one that has got us our bigger trees, you know. We're going to replant probably about 5 trees, 3 or 4 on the south side between the sidewalk and the playground there where the swings are. We'll plant some new ones there, and we'll plant a couple maybe on the east side. And we may not plant any on the west side by the pool, because that just gives more of opportunities for leaves to go in the pool, but we'll kind of keep that open, okay? But we will go back and put in probably 5 6-year-old trees, ball and burlap to get some bigger ones started. And then we'll mulch some really nice big round circles and put nice mulch in it and look really nice. That'll be a nice project to get done, you know, and then in the years to come, the trees will grow and...
We're not gonna have to change the swing sets because you're not taking them out of the ground?
Right, because I don't move them. Once we would take one of them out or pull them out, then...
But you, by incorporating it into the playground monitor, you can still
As long
be
as-
grandfathered in?
Yeah, yep, and as long as we don't want any of that, I hate to say it, but the cement sticking out, you know?
Yeah.
We gotta make sure that we have to do a little chipping or something, we might have to chip some cement, because they want to make sure, yeah. So like I say, yeah, we wanna keep the swings because, I mean, it's been a...
Well, it's...
So cool swing.
It is,
They're,
you know, you don't see too many of them.
they
that taller
don't,
swings and stuff.
they're so fun.
And then in the process too, then next year, I'll have to take a look, you know, when budget comes here in July, I should always say next year, but in July comes for a budget, I think what we need to do is we need to get a new, and I'm talking a new handicap swing for the baby swing, and a new handicap type version swing for the big swing. A more up-to-date type handicap thing, so when we do have the availability for people to use the swings, whatever, they can use it as a handicap too. They're not cheap by no means, and I will get prices for us to discuss on that when that comes to the point here, because budget stuff starts happening in July, August, so, okay?
Would that be something we might wanna put a couple more benches around?
Yeah,
Further up,
eventually, yeah.
you know, the mesh benches for people to sit on?
Yep, eventually, yes, yeah, we will. And, but I think really, you know, there's other things that you can also do too, you know, down the road. They make them awnings, and I know Chris has seen them, where you can put the post in and, you know, kinda like our funbrella area, you know? You can put post in, and on the west side, if we wanted to do that, you know, so the sun, you know, at certain times down the road, you know, could block some of that sun, you know, you can do that too, you know, you can implement some of that canvas covering or shading, you know, whatever too, so that's another option too. So I just wanted to kinda explain it to you guys in case you guys get a phone call or someone says, what the heck happened to these trees, what's all going on up there?
Yeah.
Say we had lumberjack festival.
You didn't make
missed the
it.
lumberjack weekend?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I wanted to let you know, 6 of them trees were ashes and the bug was in every one of them. And if you really go around town, and us guys just can't believe it, from last year to this year, oh my gosh, they are infested. Anytime you go and see any of the ash trees, and you see that white blighting where all the, it's terrible. Yeah, so like I say, that's kind of why we did a lot of that too, so, okay?
Okay,
So we're still in talks with, or the city is back in talks with Jason Wilker and doing business with him?
Yep, I got some trees from him last year on a couple of...
I know there were some issues a couple years ago with,
Yep, because of the...
Conflict of
planning and
interest,
zoning and
yep.
Stuff like that, yep, but yeah, everything's
Okay,
kinda
good,
worked out there,
good.
so,
good.
okay? So, should be in good shape. Any questions on any of that? Okay.
All right, we have a park board member opening.
Yeah, I guess I want to bring to people's attention again, I know we kind of talked about it a little bit, I mean, I know Liza, you mentioned you might know of someone,
I do,
possibility.
I totally forgot, and yes, I, contacted him right before the meeting.
Okay.
Still
And-
interested, so hopefully we have a application within a day or two.
Okay, and then, I think,
Yep.
we put it out on Facebook, I think, too, Jan, we did, her opening,
I think
and,
she was gonna put it on the city website as well, so.
okay.
Okay.
So if you guys know of anyone that would really like to get in, have them stop out here, get an application, or whatever you need to, well, how do you do that, Jan? Do they take it right off the
I don't know
website?
if they've got that on the website, otherwise we'll mail them one or whatever
Or
works.
something?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We've had one person hand one in already, whatever and that stuff, so like I say, it'd be, just kind of give us an idea and we can see what we
Okay.
need to do, okay?
Yep, for sure. All right, skateboard park in Lions Park.
Yep. I I looked up the company, I remember the other night, I couldn't remember
Yeah.
the company name. It is the American Ramp Company, and they are out of Joplin, Missouri, and that's the company that we did buy all the skateboard equipment that sets on the cement pad. I did get a hold of him, and I think his name is Kyle. He's getting some quotes and some pricing and some features that we possibly could add, okay, to the site. And, Cody did call him. Yep, he did call him and talk to him too, but Kyle wanted to make sure he talked to me first, you know, to make sure things were all kinda up and up, but, so I haven't got them back from him yet, but when I do, I'll bring it back to us, and we can just kinda look, basically what we're looking at, prices, and maybe he could even maybe send us a rendering drawing of what possibility of what could look like or something, and I'll talk to him more on that, and bring that back to us, okay? But I didn't wanna drop the ball on this. I mean, he did come, and he did wanna talk to us, and, you know, everything, part of our park is important, and, you know, skateboard park is too, you know, so that's where we left it as, okay? So, everybody knows that. And then, a little bit more on that park, Lions Park. There's still a good chance, a very, very good chance that that parking lot could be blacktopped this summer. I know Tim and the council are really thinking they wanted to extend, first of all, they're gonna extend the library parking lot, and that's gonna go to the west, and they wanna try to implement also the parking lot at Lions Park. And, I seen that our city engineer had got a drawing already of everything. There will be a nice curb that runs on the, be on the south side of the parking lot, all the way down to, you know, to the end of the playground, to the picnic shelter. That parking lot will have to be built up a little bit, and then there's gonna be a nice black top walkway that starts from the bike path out there on Memorial Highway, and it goes all the way straight down, you know, right next to the skateboard park, next to the basketball court, next to the pickleball court, and then it'll swing all the way over to go all the way over to the picnic shelter, and then in front of the playground. So that'll all be implemented into ADA stuff too, and they had that all figured out, so that is something. Price-wise, I don't really know what the total price yet on that all will be, but I know when Brandon gave me the quote here a year or so ago, I mean, I think it was like close to $160-some thousand to do the project, for just doing the Lions Park. So I don't know what the numbers look like now, but if this becomes more of reality, and Tim tells me, yep, this is gonna happen, the council says, yeah, we're gonna do this, da-da-da, I'll get more figures and I'll get that back to you guys, but that kinda, right now, we're hoping that's gonna happen. We also do have enough park benches to put a couple benches, on the east side of the, and will be cement pads where bleachers will be bolted in, not bleachers, but excuse me, park benches, by the pickleball court, okay? And then we'll have four nice benches, you know, two on the west side, two on the east side for the basketball court, okay? So that'll all be done too this summer, where we'll dig in our own foundation and then bolt them all in. So that'll be part of a project that we'll do this year down at Lions Park too. And then the last one, I just want to let you know, Kelly Raymond, the father of Braxton Raymond, the memorial, he went to Able Signs and he sent me the renderings of what the sign will look like, and the sign looks a lot just exactly like our sign out there. It says Lion Park, but instead of having the lions, they got a nice picture of Braxton shooting a basketball, and it says Braxton Raymond Memorial Court or something like that. It looks really neat. Same kind of colors, kind of all that. And Chris actually gave us a rendering of the same size sign that we got out there in the front, gave us another 1 foot difference, a little smaller, and then gave us another smaller sign. So if we didn't want to put a bigger sign or a medium sign, whatever. So I'm still dealing with Kelly. He emailed me back. I told him, I said, it looks great. And then he emailed me back and says, well, what about the cost? And he left it as that. Well, I didn't put any money in the budget for a sign. So I'm going to have to talk to him and say, you know, I mean, we spent here on a board last year of over $12,000, the city did, you know, that we didn't know going into that whole project last year. Not saying that we can't help out maybe a little bit of money. I mean, I know I could find a few bucks here or there, but I believe that he wants to have, He is gonna have a memorial benefit, like he always does, for cancer, and there's other things involved on May 22nd. It's gonna be down to the park, where they serve food and everything, and all the funds go to cancer awareness and all this other stuff, and they've set that up, and he's done that now since Braxton has been gone.
Mhm.
So that's gonna happen down there at Lions Park on May 22nd. I did see that, and I think it was even on Facebook, I think, whatever, that was posted on there too, so just to kinda give you an idea of that. But I'll have to talk to more about Kelly about the cost of the sign, but the sign really looks cool. I'll bring that in next month and show you basically what it looks like, and that's gonna go back over by the basketball court by that transformer, that green transformer that sits there. So that's kinda what I know in Lions Park. I wanted to add a few things. I should've added it under correspondence, but anyway.
Good.
Any questions on anything?
When they talked about, the trees being the land dedicated by the water tower, by Lions Park, where did that go with the council?
I do not know officially where it went, but I know that I don't think that's going to happen because they came back with Plan A. I think the council accepted Plan A for the future development of the three-field four-field complex. Yeah, and I don't think...
Because I hadn't been, I think I missed the December and the January, was it March? Whatever I've missed.
Yep.
I missed my quota for the year, I think, so I had to come also.
Yeah.
But the more I was thinking, I says, I don't want cottonwood trees
No.
blowing, and I just thought,
No.
because we're one of 3 spots in the United States that they're trying to get this into, and even though we listened to all we had to say, I don't think we don't want to give up that land, so. If it's for anything,
Yeah.
hopefully it's been tabled and done and gone.
Yeah, I think it has been. I mean, I can't say it officially, but I really think it is, because I think the council did approve the option A for the development future, for the parks.
Sure.
And then I think that they're working still with the new apartment complex, going in there, Hamilton Realty or whatever it was. And I think that they actually, council approved a tax abatement, and I think the county approved it. Now they're just waiting for the school, I think, to approve that, whatever, for that facility and that stuff. But the way I read in the paper, it sounds like it's still quite a ways away with a whole bunch of stuff that still has to happen with the apartment complex being involved there and that stuff. And I went to a meeting, I seen the renderings of what this company, the realty company is, and it's pretty cool. A really nice area where the apartments are gonna go in and fit in there and stuff like that. I mean, it does look really nice. They know that they have to keep 120 feet away from the railroad, for the border of the railroad and stuff like that, and the way it looked like it was even farther beyond that, so it looks pretty nice, it did, so.
Good. And then the other thing is, the North Park Pavilion rentals, are they both open for rentals? The west and the east side at
Yeah.
north? Okay.
Yeah.
And the Lions
And Lions Park is for rental too.
Okay.
Yep. So, and by the way, the main one there right by our park shop, I did have the 4 lights that were all burnt out, during the winter. We had them since the facility went up, and they finally said no more, so I had Left Electric come in and put all new 4 LED that's based on a photo eye, and it really lights up at night again now. So we do got our security lights back underneath that main shelter, so that was all done, so. Yep.
All right. Any correspondence? No? Okay, next meeting will be on April 19th, 2022. And I just gotta ask one more time, has the council, or have you heard anything about filling your position, sharing your position, anything? 'cause we can't run these meetings without
Yeah.
somebody.
Yes, you can.
I mean, you
You
could
just
do
have
a
to talk
great
more.
job, Greg, yes. Nope, I just had to ask again,
Yeah.
that's all.
You know, I guess they had a kind of a retreat, a council retreat here a Saturday or a couple Saturdays ago, a couple weeks ago. Our Public Works Director, Charlie, was there. He just kind of filled me in. It was brought up at the meeting, about the position, and not only mine, but there is some other people also too within the next couple of years gonna be retiring. And that is on their agenda, the Personnel Committee, to try to figure out what they wanna do. They said that, I think Tim presented it that, you know, it's always good to have certain options on the table, whatever. I think that's kind of how it was presented at the meeting, and where they go from there, I don't know. But that's kind of basically where it kind of sets. I mean, like, different names, you know, for the position, you know, stuff like that. Are they gonna hire within, or do they have to go outside, you know? I mean, there's all things kind of, I think, taking place in the whole thing, so,
Right.
but I'm sure that they'll probably, I do know that Charlie did mention that they asked his opinion, and he said it'd be nice to replace Ronnie for what he's doing, for what he has done, same position, and then if there's a possibility to hire someone at least 30 days or before, so he could kind of get him trained in. So I know that was Charlie's comment,
Recommendation, or-
yeah, to the council on that.
Okay,
So,
wonderful. Well, good, all right. All right, guys, got anything else? Not? Okay, motion to adjourn?
Make a motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
I think I'm outvoted. Aye.
Opposed? All right, meeting adjourned.
Okay.
Well, it's spring here,